This is C111, and this is what we consider our costume shop. This room is where we have all of our sewing supplies, including 15 Bernina sewing machines, which are some of the best machines on the market. We have a full ironing station, and this is also when we are working on productions. This is where we might do any of the alterations that are necessary. We will do fittings in here, as well as maintain the costumes in our laundry room. In that room, we also will do dye projects. So as part of this course, you'll also learn how to do fabric manipulation, learn how to dye fabrics, and also learn the different names of fabrics. So I always have examples in this room of different fabrics so that you can learn what they're called and how they're made. In C110, which is our adjoining classroom, we actually have what we consider our costume storage. And in this space, we store all of the costumes from all past productions. So this room is in constant flux. It's always changing because with every production we do hundreds of new costumes that come in. So a big challenge in this space is keeping it organized and finding the right categories so that the space is useful not only for me to use and know where things are, but for the students to use as we develop opportunities for students to design shows as well. So it's about kind of finding the right spot for everything to live. And so you'll see we have a whole section of menswear, we have a whole section of women's wear throughout periods. So it's divided by historical times. And then we have a huge section of fantasy things, which is always everybody's favorite. We have just a giant closet of shoes. It's kind of my dream. I wish I had a closet like this. But yeah, this is where we store all of our costumes, and it's quite exciting to see all of the new things that come in. I love the diversity of students that we have, and so a big part for me of the course is how to adapt it every semester to the new students that we get. It's really fun to assign projects and watch the students kind of make them their own, both in difference in skills as well as different backgrounds, our cultures, ethnicities, all of those things I like to push for my students to explore in their art so that we all bring something completely different to the table and we learn how to appreciate each other's points of view. You absolutely don't need to know how to sew in this class. I'll teach you everything from how to thread a needle to eventually making something that you get to choose. As I said, every class is a little bit different, so we have different skill sets. So when it comes time to deciding what your final project's going to be, you can pick from a variety of different patterns, learning how to read patterns so that then you can take your skills outside of the class and implement them at home. The design portion of this class requires you to learn how to what we call render, which is drawing your costumes so that you can give the ideas that are in your head clearly to other designers, directors, or actors. And while I've been doing this for a long time and have taken a lot of art classes, it's not necessary for you to be able to take this class to know how to draw. I will also teach you how to draw a body, how to draw fabric, but ultimately the important thing about a rendering is that it conveys character. So it's more important for me that I see your ideas, and there are lots of ways that we actually can convey those ideas as well, including imagery, collages on top of your drawing so that you don't feel like you are limited to just the drawing of the form. I had grown up going to the theater. In Italy, going to the theater is kind of a part of our cultural heritage, so it's a thing that we do all the time. So I knew it was always an interest for me, and then I guess somewhere I realized that it could be a profession, and that's what I decided to pursue because it kind of combined all of my interests, which was fashion and history and art, and also it gets to be a very collaborative field, so I get to play dress up basically. 9-year-old me, if she knew what I was doing, I think this would be kind of a dream.